We started the Caravita Foundation after I spent about 10 years in animal welfare and slowly got this guy suckered in, because once you know what's happening in this animal welfare crisis, it's really tough to turn your back on it.
The majority of people, they just don't know how bad it is because our shelters have done such a good job of hiding it.
County shelters only give them a couple of weeks before they euthanize, and these are perfectly healthy, adoptable dogs and cats.
I wish I had homes for you, but I don't right now. Okay?
To see how many of those dogs are brought in thinking that they're saved, you know? I'm safe. I'm taken off the streets like I'm safe, and they're not safe. They are the furthest thing from safe. And to have to, know those lives are being lost completely needlessly.
The overpopulation problem that's sort of snowballed in the last 5 to 10 years has gotten to a point where it's uncontrollable. And so our fundamental goal is to really reduce this down to zero if we possibly can. The number one resource we need to solve this problem ultimately is money. The second and not less important resource is our vets who are trained in high volume spay neuter.
Animal without him being inside of a kennel or a crate.
We started to get creative and think about ways that we could make a bigger impact and use our time in a way that would yield a bigger effect. So where we can ultimately rescue 500 dogs a year, if we turn to spay and neuter and start to manage the problem from the top, we could save 500 animals from suffering in a day.
This mission of spay and neuter will help rescuers, my peers and colleagues, want to stay in the game, because finally it will be something that gives us hope.
It is much more solvable to spay and neuter the population than it is to rescue every single animal that gets born.
We're creating what needs to happen, which is that high volume, high quality spay neuter. And it's not just going out there and doing it, but it's finding those organizations who are already doing an amazing job and being supportive of them.
The one thing we don't really have to overthink or unpack or is spay and neuter. I mean, it is as black and white. People want black and white, there's black and white for you. If we spay and neuter, we will solve this problem.
The financial need for spay and neuter is the number one blocker. We cannot do this amazing work without people contributing.